Chris is in court to claim £70 for the damage caused to his games console after his friend dropped it and he was unable to sell it for its full value. Defendant Lewis says the damage was accidental, therefore he owes nothing.
Do I have Lewis here?
Yes, Judge.
How splendid. Thank you. And is it Chris?
Yes, Judge.
Excellent, Chris. Now, Chris, I understand it. Till recently, you had a job. What were you doing?
I was a chef at a harvester.
You were doesn't matter whether it was a harvester. I'm sure it was perfectly pleasant. Now, you, as I understand, had saved up some money because you previously had a PlayStation, correct?
Yes, Judge.
What is the PlayStation? I've seen them, but what exactly are they?
It's one of the main consoles.
What do you do with it? You play games, do you?
Yes, it's a gaming console.
What sort of games?
All sorts, to dancing games, to fighting
Dancing games, that sort of thing.
All
It's a
sorts.
games console.
Yes.
Is there a Judge Rinder game?
I don't think there is.
Oh, there you are. But sort of put it on one of these games consoles, you know, play the game and determine halfway through whether you're a moron or not. You wanted to save up for an Xbox.
Yes, Judge.
What's special about that? I'm asking him because you seem to know a good deal about it too.
Well, a lot of, as I think, a lot of his friends have an Xbox, and Xboxes don't normally connect with PlayStations.
In other words, you want to be able to play with other people who can connect to the wireless and wear one of these headsets and generally have hands-free in order to play with your computer.
Yes.
I understand. Not personally, but I get a sense of it. Now, how are you going to afford this Xbox? Because I understand he was going to sell the first games console, yes?
Yes.
How much did you believe you were going to get for it?
Anywhere from 100 to 140, Judge.
Well, anywhere from 100 to 140. That would be if it was a working console, correct?
Yes, if it was
It was in
working.
perfect working order.
It was, Judge.
Well, I know that because you must have played it very often, yes?
Yes, Judge.
But you wanted to sell it, and you were about
Judge.
to go to a shop, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Did the shop give you any indication of how much this would cost?
Not at the time, Judge, but I did look it up online. I do have a reference here.
That's
for how
correct.
much
There's an
consoles were.
advert. There's an advert which you've provided me with, which gives me an indication of how much it might be worth. Do you want to show it to me?
Yes, Judge.
Splendid, thank you.
It's that first page there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, there's an example of somebody that sold theirs successfully for £140.
Yes.
But there's no indication that I have that yours would have reached it. It might have been between that sum, correct? 100 and 140.
I would class that as correct. Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's very helpful. I would class that as correct too. At some point, you needed to move it to the shop that might buy it, right?
Yes, Judge.
So Lewis needed to come and help. Now, I don't know, but how big is this thing?
Not
very big. All right. So why is he helping you move the first games console?
He wasn't there to help me move it.
What was he there doing? What were you there doing?
I was going to go over to his house and... don't know.
Reach the end of the paragraph. Going to come over to his house.
We live quite close, Judge.
All right.
No.
Who knows what people say? You were going to go over to his house and?
Just see him, see what he was up to, what he wanted to do.
And in the process, what did you do? Did you unplug his game or something?
He was unplugging the wires and he asked me to hold the PlayStation.
Understand, this was all in the process. This was the process of getting it to the other shop.
Yeah,
now,
packing it away.
Chris, it was a perfectly ordinary thing he did. He helped you out, right?
Yes.
Did you give him any special instructions or anything of that kind, such as follows? Be extremely careful. Stand still. Hold this, but only with special gloves. And what's more, I do hope that you've come wrapped in cling film.
I don't believe I said that, Judge, but I did say be careful.
But you do say in your claim that Lewis has previously been clumsy.
Yes, he can be clumsy sometimes.
Well, give me an example of his worst clumsiness.
Sometimes he can overdrink, and I think that can be a bit clumsy. And he...
That's drunkenness.
Yeah.
I also think that's stupidness as well.
No, but what's his what clumsy things has he done?
Can trip over sometimes. I've seen him drop mugs and glasses.
You didn't give him any special instructions. What happened?
I didn't see it, but I just heard the crash, and he said that it was an accident, so I did believe him at the time.
What happened?
I slipped out my hands and...
Were you throwing it up and down?
No, I wasn't throwing it up
Were
and
you
down.
doing pirouettes with it?
No.
Did you pick up a tennis bat and think, goodness me, talking, so listen, it's helpful?
It was a complete accident.
Thank you. In other words, you didn't pick up a tennis bat and think, oh, goodness me, what I'll do is I'll use this games console instead of a...
I didn't mistake it for a...
Pause for a second. Freud would have a field day with that little contemporary dance, don't you think? For more Judge Rinder cases, click here. And if you've got a legal issue of your own, get in touch with us by clicking over here.